Hello, Facebook Live. How are you? It is Wednesday evening, December 7th. It is my Get On Track, Back on Track live, 9 p.m. live with Teen Coach Diva. All this week, I will be broadcasting at 9 o'clock Monday through Friday. I'm going to take the weekend off. I'll probably broadcast live from one of my events in San Antonio. Hi, Dina. Thanks for watching. I will be broadcasting live from my event on Saturday in San Antonio to introduce you. Hey, Stacy, thanks for joining. To introduce you to some of the awesome ladies that are in the Diva Tribe. My name is Lisa Harris McLean, also known as Teen Coach Diva. I'm an empowerment coach for women and girls. I host live events, virtual events, empowerment events, and virtual workshops for women and girls. So, now that you know me, if you are not in the Diva Tribe, please head over on Facebook to the Diva Tribe, D-I-V-A acronym Tribe, and join the tribe. Thanks for sharing the video, Stacy. Join the tribe and start networking with the ladies that are in that group. I built that group so that you guys can network, support. It will always be a free group. I'm working on a membership group site, a coaching group program for the divas coming up in 2017, which, you know what, that's a great segue into, I want to share with you guys how I'm preparing for 2017 and kind of the way that I prepare for the upcoming year and get everything going. So I'll give you like 6 tips or 6 things that I do, and hopefully that will be... Hi, you guys. How are you? And type in where you're coming in from as well. I know my last broadcast, I had someone joining me from London, which was pretty exciting. And my tribe is from all over the world, so it's always exciting to see people from all over the world tuning in. Thank you for joining. If you're watching the replay, yes, please share with other people. Delaware, awesome. Oh, bet you guys are cold. I don't know what the degrees are here right now. I think we're in the 60s or low 50s this evening. I haven't looked at my thermostat, but I know Delaware's got to be a lot colder than that. So, well, let me get back to the tips in preparing for 2017. One thing that you have to do is, yes, it is cold. Is it snowing? I'm just going to ask. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth between weather and 40s. Okay, so that's totally scarf weather. I would actually enjoy that. Here in Texas, it's been like super cold, and I was born and raised in Newburgh, New York, so I miss the seasons. We don't have any seasons here in Texas. It seems like it goes from hot to hotter to a little less hot, and that's pretty much it. But Stacy can attest to that. She lives here in Texas with me as well. So we don't get much. We were just in the 80s last week or the week before when I was in San Antonio. It was literally in the 80s. It was really, really hot. So, all right, let me get back to sharing those tips with you guys. So, setting your goals. Okay, one of my favorite quotes, and it's from Alice in Wonderland, and it's, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And that's from Lewis Carroll from Alice in Wonderland. And it's so true. If you don't make a plan and you just go down any road, it'll take you. It'll definitely take you. If you don't know where you're going, it'll definitely take you there. So you definitely need to set some goals and make some plans. I suggest that you write them down. Do some free writing. Write down some things that you want to do. I typically do kind of like a brainstorming, and I'll even use different color pens and some goals I have for family, finances, business, spirituality, self-care, and I'll write all my different goals down. And I'll use different colors to correspond with the different areas of my life. And that seems to work for me. Tell me about what works for you. Yes, you have to plan and be strategic, or it just doesn't happen. You just kind of flounder around. You get frustrated because nothing's happening. You're like, why isn't this happening? Because you're not following a plan, because you're not being strategic, because you're not being on purpose. And that's why people, they have a hard time understanding that. So, number 1, set your goals. Brainstorm them, write them down. Do a vision board. You know, put them on your computer on a list of to-dos. And then the next thing that's really important is to set deadlines for yourself. Yes, Stacy, we need to do another vision board, dream board. I have an idea for January, and we'll probably host it in the San Antonio area. So yeah, I'm going to get with you on that. We're definitely going to make that happen, and I would like to do a virtual one for those that are at a distance as well. So if you're interested in a virtual vision board for 2017 course, let me know. Just type in yes, vision board virtual in the comment section. I'll be glad to send you the info, because I have so many people in the Diva Tribe that are from all over, so it'd be really impossible for all of us to be located in, or to come to a live workshop at one location. Anyway, so you set your deadlines. What I do is I take my goal, and let's say I need to get it done in a month, then I'll break it down into weeks, and sometimes I'll even break it down into daily tasks. So I think, you know, the best way to do that is that way you don't get overwhelmed. If it's a big task, you can break it down into small bite-sized pieces. Like they always say, how do you eat an elephant? One small bite at a time. So don't let the task like completely overwhelm you. Break it down into small pieces, and that way you're setting the goal, you're setting a deadline, you're taking on the task. And another important thing, number 3, I would say, would be scheduling. Because if you set your deadlines, you definitely need to see the time frame. And I like to write mine down. Here, I'll show you guys my planner. I use this one, the Blue Sky. I love the Blue Sky. It's the Blue Sky monthly. I'm old school, guys. I write it down. I can't use the computer stuff. I like to have like written down. I've done some calendars on Google or whatever, and I don't know. And on my phone, no, it just doesn't work for me. I like to write it down. There's something about physically writing down my plans and my goals and my deadlines that works for me. And type in, or give me some hearts or thumbs up if you're old school and then writing it down works for you. But I love this planner. Number 1, because it has the month version, and then you go into weekly and daily. And there's so much space, and as you can see, I put a line down the middle. This is my to-do list on this side, and this is my tasks and times on this side. So it works beautifully for me. I got it at like Office Depot. There's tons of different planners out there if you go online. And I'll post some links to some of the different planners that I've found. This is always my go-to, my backup planner. But if you have one that you like, I know there's a lot of them out there that now give like inspirational quotes, goals for the week. Some of them are even designed. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining. Hi, Tasha. Thanks for joining. And Ashley. If you see a planner out there that fits, like I know they have some direct sales planners out there by certain people, and they say those are very helpful. I'm not in a direct sales company. I'm actually a member of one, but I was a kidnapper, you guys. I kidnapped so that I could get the discount. So yeah, I'll talk about that on another on another live. But anyway, if you're in direct sales, they do have some that are meant for direct sales companies that are really neat, and I'll post some links in there. If you have some links, post them. So scheduling is so important. The better you become at scheduling, the easier it is to stick to your task, and the more free time you have. And that's a fact, because when you see it on your schedule, you get the job done or you get the task done, it frees up the rest of your schedule. One thing that I like to do also is to schedule my own personal time, because if you don't, 9 times out of 10, if you're an overachiever, businesswoman, mom, you have all these different roles as women usually do, you never have time for yourself, or you don't make time for yourself. So I suggest going into 2017, every single day you give yourself, and you decide how much time, but you give yourself time every single day. You can even save up that time if you want and take a whole day at the end of the week. Just some suggestions, but make sure that you schedule that for yourself. So scheduling frees up your time, keeps you on task. And then number 4, I would say, is you have to start the projects. I know a lot of us write things down, we make a plan, we have really great intentions, but fear starts creeping up, maybe some self-talk starts creeping up, or you're worried about if your whatever it is that you're created isn't going to be accepted by others, or maybe someone's not going to like your product, or whatever. So many excuses start creeping up and you never start. Well, if you don't start, you can't finish. So you have to start. And the best way to start that I have found, and I was talking about it last night, I was off track with my lives. I was not broadcasting consistently like I was back in October. I really got off track in November. I just really, really got off track. And you guys didn't see me because I was off track. And anyway, I decided in December I was getting back on track. And I made a graphic and said, well, there you go. And I was talking to my biz bestie. And I said, if I make the graphic and I post it, I have to show up. So share with someone what you want to start, or what you are going to start, a project, whatever it is. Share it with someone. Share it with family. Share it with friends. Share it with your business coach. Share it with your accountability. Pick someone to be your accountability partner. In my case, I made myself accountable, but I'm also corresponding with my biz bestie, who is like a business coach to me as well. She is a business coach, but we're biz besties. So we kind of coach each other, which is really amazing. And we love that. That's an awesome relationship that I have with her. I'm very blessed to do that. And we do that. We're accountable to each other. And in this case, she was laughing because I said, I made the graphic, I put it up, I pushed post, now I have to show up. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. But hey, I bet it's going to work. And I'm like, it's going to work because once I push post, I have to show up. So I hope that tip works for you guys. If you're looking for somewhere to make a graphic to post, I love Canva and I love PicMonkey, and I'm sure there's some other ones out there, but I use those. So start the projects that you have written down on your schedule and make sure you finish. That's where those deadlines come in. Then something else I like to do is take an inventory of all the areas of my life. And what I like to do is take a piece of paper, and I actually do like squares on a piece of paper. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. I'll try to control my hands. I take a piece of paper and I section it off into different sections, and I have its overall health, period. And I talk about physical health, which is my body taking care of me, mental health, which, well, you guys, that's self-explanatory, you know, getting the self-talk out of there, feeding yourself positive things, reading books, meditation, things like that. Mantras are great as well. Family health. What is the state of health of your family? So if you're married, what does your relationship look like with your husband? If you have kids, what is your relationship with your children? Is it something where you're waking up and there's always commotion and a lot of noise in your house, or, you know, stuff like that? Well, let's bring it down a notch. Let's talk. Let's figure out some ways to get some peace in the house. Maybe spend some time together. Maybe they just want to spend more time with you. I know as moms and business women, we tend to just be on task all the time, and we don't leave time for those spontaneous moments sometimes with our kids or our family or our spouses, and they start to feel a little neglected. So you need to make time and take an inventory. Ask your kids, you know, hey, do I have enough time with you? Am I spending enough time with you? Do you feel loved? I mean, stop and give them a hug every now and then. Just, you know, do those things. You know, take a day off from work and play hooky with your kids. Now, if you work for the school district, you didn't hear me say that, but just kidding. But yeah, you know, spend those spontaneous moments. Those are some of the best memories. So make sure that you schedule that and you check an inventory of your family health. Society. Do you want to volunteer in your community, like around you? What does the neighborhood around you look like? Is there something that you can change? Is there something that you could develop? Do you welcome your neighbors if you're in a new neighborhood? In my case, I found years ago there was a gap where the kids in our area, my daughter was small, and there wasn't a lot of things. Hi, Naomi, thanks for joining. There wasn't a lot of activities for the kids to do. And so I created some things. It's funny because just this past couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot of feedback on youth activities that I used to do. I don't do a lot of youth activities in my community anymore because I'm busy running businesses and doing my events and traveling and doing all those things. But back when my daughter was young, my daughter is now 28. When she was young, we live in a small community. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of things going on for the kids. So I used to rent the Civic Center, community center in our community, and we hosted youth dances for the kids. And I did that off and on. Then I did it for fundraisers for different organizations that I was involved with. And then we saw that everyone was enjoying it, so we kept doing it. And then my mom actually purchased some real estate that had an old theater, which she still owns today. Anyway, we started doing the kids' dances there, and I actually did dances for 2 generations. So I did them for a long time, and just a few years ago I stopped doing them because I just didn't have time to do it, and there was some things with, the building needed some repairs, and we just didn't have the money to do that. So we just said, you know what, we're gonna stop doing this for now. And I've gotten some feedback. It was so funny. My mom, the kids that used to come to the dances are now grown up. They have kids of their own. And she heard some feedback from a young man that used to sneak into my dances. He was way too young to be there. And I could never figure out who was dropping him off or who he was coming with. I know there was older siblings or cousins or somebody, but he was really young. I think he was like 8 or 9 years old. And he was a sweet, cute little boy. And I'd say, who are you here with? Like, where are your parents? I need to talk to them because you're too young. You're not supposed to be here until a certain grade. And it was so funny. He would just he'd make this big smile and just run off. And he was so cute. But anyway, he came for years to the dances. And then, of course, they get older and they get involved in sports and so on. They become teenagers. They drive and they kind of phase out of that. And just the other day, this young man, I think he's now in his 20s, and he has a few kids of his own. He was kind of telling my mom, I wish, y'all were doing that again. Some of my best memories growing up were when y'all were doing the dances, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it was neat to hear the feedback from something that I created in my community / society that I saw there was a gap. So I felt like I needed to step in, so I created something. So, well, I really got on a big story with that. Sorry about that. And then also, the last aspect that I always check on my inventory is also your finances. So, what is your financial health? Do you have money to pay all your bills? Do you have money to invest in your business to take you to the next level? Maybe a self-development course, maybe a business coaching course. Do you have everything you need as far as finances go? So when you really evaluate and take inventory, it puts into perspective where you need to work on things. And you can get feedback from your family and the people that are close to you and get a perspective from them. But I usually just sit down by myself and say, okay, I need to do a little bit here, and I need some plans here, and this area is doing great. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. And then the last thing, and I really want to emphasize this, you have to get out of your own way. You do. You have to get out of your own way. A lot of us, if we can't do something or we're not efficient at something, we just keep trying to do it. And instead of just asking for help or hiring someone to do this task, we just stay in our own way and we try to figure it out, and we YouTube things, and so what I'm trying to say is get out of your own way. There's help out there for the things that you can't do yourself, or you really shouldn't be doing yourself. You should be concentrating on other things. So just a recap of my preparation for 2017, just some tips for you guys. Set your goals, set your deadlines, get your schedule together, and I mean get the planner, however that looks for you, whether it's electronic or like mine, writing it down in your planner, but get it together, because January is just weeks away, guys. Weeks away. And you don't want that New Year ball to drop and you have an empty planner. Okay? Because, like I said before, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So you need a plan. And then start your projects and finish them. Take inventory of all the areas in your life. That includes your physical, your mental, your family, society, and your finances. And then get out of your own way. It's that simple. Thank you, Kira. Thank you so much. Thank you for commenting. So if this has been helpful for anyone, please give me a thumbs up or some hearts so I know you guys are there. I know my comments are kind of having a little bit of a lag, but I can see that there's quite a few of you on here watching. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope the information that I gave you was helpful. In wrapping up, I'm just going to tell you again, please join us if you're in the San Antonio area Saturday. I will be at Pino's Palette. It's a art studio in Shirts. I can put the link after I pop off the live. But we will be there with 10 amazing business women showcasing their businesses. I will be speaking. Nicole Martinez will be speaking. We'll be talking about business tips, mindset, some things to work on your mindset to get you prepared for 2017. We want you guys to really rock out 2017. So those 10 showcasing vendors are going to be there showcasing business women at the studio. And there's also going to be a space in the center of the room. It's called Creativity and Connections is the name of the event, because we're incorporating a 10 by 10 canvas painting as well. So you guys can sit there, enjoy painting, listen to the speakers, do some shopping, do some networking. The guest ticket is like $10, and that's literally to pay for the canvas and for you guys to come in and check out the event. So join us if you're in the area. I'll put the link for the address and everything for Saturday. I will keep you guys updated on the Diva 2017 group coaching program. I will have all the details and the sign-up link coming out very, very soon, so I'm excited about that. And also, see what else we got going on. If you're not in the Diva Tribe, D-I-V-A Tribe on Facebook, jump over there and join. I will check out all of the new members as soon as I get off and approve you guys into the group. So that's all I have for tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Good night.